Hey everybody, this is Tim Hinton, the Beast of the Marching Arts. I'm here with a great guy, smart educator, member at LCL Mentors, John Franklin. John, how are you?
I'm great. How are you guys today?
I'm doing wonderful. So thanks for being here today. So everybody, we're excited. Today is the official launch, but this has been going on for a while. But Leaders Creating Leaders, which is a wonderful organization of very smart educators, their mission is to help educators, help band directors, especially beginning or younger band directors or people coming right out of college. There's so much you have to know, and you need to have somebody that you can call, somebody you can ask advice, somebody that can sort of help maybe guide you through even. And so that's the concept behind lclmentors.com. Hope you will all go to Marching Arts Education and find that, or just put LCL Mentors, of course, in, and it'll come right up. John, you have been working with Leaders Creating Leaders for a while.
I have been. This was sort of a grassroots thing that came from pandemic-inspired get-togethers with a bunch of people from across the country that I had casual interactions with in the past. And as we're talking and just engaging and figuring out how we're going to get through this crazy year, 2020, 2021, we just started talking about what our passions were and what we would like to do. And as creative people do, we started brainstorming and think about, well, what can we get involved in that we can offer up our services and our experiences, because we're just a group of people with a wide background of experiences, both positive and negative, honestly, that we've learned a lot from, and we just really want to do what we can to help the next generation or current generation of band directors just be ready to be the best versions of themselves, and maybe just help navigate some of the pitfalls and some of the challenges that you may not be prepared for from college. And so we decided that we wanted to create this organization. I got to meet you during that process, and just saw that we had common goals and common mission statements, and it just seemed like a great fit for us to be involved. And it's just been an exciting thing. I've loved mentorship. I've been doing it for years and years since I was in grad school back in the early 2000s, and it's just something that I'm very appreciative of, this opportunity to be able to give back to teachers what I've been able to learn, and also the things that I've gained from mentors that I've had in my own life.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you said, the mission, well, the wonderful thing, everybody, is, of course, at Marching Arts Education, of course, for 10 years now at the Marching Roundtable, we've been trying to help people get the information they need to do better, learn the things that can help them be more successful, help them be better instructors, enjoy their work more, that whole thing. Leaders Creating Leaders has the same mission. We sort of partnered for this. I am helping them create and get this mentor service and in business out to the world. So if you go to lclmentors.com, it'll take you to Marching Arts Education, which is where you can sign up, and you can get lots of help in lots of ways. So if you're a young teacher, or any teacher that could use, don't really have a support system or don't really have a mentor of your own, you can go there, sign up for some mentoring sessions, and then you can get some ongoing help from some really smart people like John here, who's on the call today, to sort of help guide you through. Or it could even be that you just need specific information for somebody on your team. Like, my guard instructor is having this issue, my drum instructor needs this advice, we can't figure out this drill transition, or I'm about to deal with something with my boosters and I really don't know how to handle it the best way. There are people from Leaders Creating Leaders that are here to help you with that. So John, you have some advice for directors as they're thinking about using mentors and thinking about setting up these kinds of relationships.
Sure, yeah. So any successful director knows that the best way to run a good program is to be very proactive in how you plan rehearsals, the goals that you set for your ensemble each year. I like to analogize sort of our teaching approach to how healthcare works. You have reactive healthcare and you have proactive healthcare, right? Reactive healthcare is, I just had a heart attack, I'm in the ambulance, please somebody save me. And then proactive healthcare is, hey, I'm going to exercise and eat well, and so I can avoid, the risk of having a heart attack. And obviously, we want to be more proactive in things. And so the same thing goes with teaching. You have a more reactive approach where, oh, my band got this rating, or got this feedback, or we didn't do this well in this particular concert or performance, and so you manipulate things and you organize things and present things in response to that. But a much more effective approach, of course, is thinking about things that you want to accomplish and things that you want to achieve with your ensembles, and you design lessons and curriculum that goes with that. how this applies to mentorship is very, very similar. I can guarantee you that every single band director that's ever lived, whoever will live, is currently living, has going to experience some sort of crisis. I've experienced multiple crises, and we have a choice in those moments to be reactive or even proactive to that as well too. And how mentorship can help with this and help you navigate these crises is two ways. Well, one, certainly if you find yourself in a situation like Tim talked about, hey, I got this issue over here, not sure what to do, you can come to us and we can certainly help you with that. But what I really encourage you to think about is actually having an established mentorship relationship so that when that crisis happens, you've already got somebody who knows you well enough that they can sort of navigate, not just sort of give you just general, hey, this is what I would kind of do, but they spent time with you. They know what your strengths, your weaknesses are. They probably even know, some of the circumstances that led up to whatever crisis you're dealing with. And they can really personalize and help walk you through that. A more poetic way of thinking about it, a good friend of mine several years ago shared this with me about friendship. And she said that, the best friends that we have in our lives are those who know our own songs well enough to sing it back to us when we forget it or when we need that extra harmonization to kind of strengthen things. And so as mentors, we want to develop a relationship with you so that whenever you go through that inevitable crisis, you've got somebody that you can trust, someone that has got your back, and someone that's giving you good information and knows about what you've accomplished there too. And the other side about that too, I want to say about having an ongoing relationship with a mentor is that most likely you're going to be even better prepared for that crisis when it happens because of the things you're going to talk about and the resources that you're going to have. And that's something that I love about my team that I get to work with, is that we really are prepared to help you with essentially any situation you can think of, and so whether it's a career thing or how those where life is adjacent to your career and how those things kind of bleed over, we've all experienced things, good and bad, positive, negative, and so we have much to offer and to give to you. And so I really encourage you, think about getting in a relationship with somebody, with a mentor, one of us, even now, even if things are going great, because there's going to be that panic time, and you're always going to feel those, that tension and that anxiety. But I can tell you from personal experience, it's a lot better experience, and it's a lot easier to go through that when you've already got someone, hey, I'm experiencing this. I can go to this person right here, and they can help me out. So that's what we're here for.
No, I think that's fantastic. We're talking about lclmentors.com, a new service to help mentors for music educators or anybody in the marching arts or the music world that might need some help. I love what you said, John, about that, because I know, like, if I have certain friends that know me so well, mm-hmm. and I know if I have a certain issue, I'm going to call a friend and say, hey, I need some help me talk this out, and they know me. And that's what we're talking about here. In your career side, you need to have people in your career also in the same sort of career world that can give you advice too. They've been there. I talked to a really smart band director who we're thinking about bringing on to the LCL team here at LCL Mentors. And it was so smart. You can tell these educators that have so many years of experience and expertise under their belt. And he was like, every time I mentor somebody, it's completely different. Mm-hmm. As you sort of mentioned, they have their own strengths, their own issues, their own things that they struggle with or that they're really good at. And so that's why you do need to build an ongoing relationship with a mentor. And listen, if you're watching this and you have somebody, you already have a mentor, somebody that you can go to that's in your field, or you have somebody at your school who's also in your field. A lot of times young teachers get paired with a teacher at their school, but they're not in the world of music. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of things that are very foreign to them. So they can help with educational things, but it's not the same. Mm-hmm. So that's why you need, if you can, we're talking about setting up a relationship with LCL Mentors to try to help you with that. So I hope that you guys will go to lclmentors.com. It'll take you to Marching Arts Education. We're very excited here at Marching Arts Education to be able to help provide this service. We're helping to make the business run. We're helping to take the payments and get people hooked up with the right person and sort of help to administrate this. But it's the great people from Leaders Creating Leaders that have this very smart staff with all kinds of areas of expertise. I mean, there's somebody that's great at recruiting. There's somebody that's great about being an online presence and setting up your I like you may not believe it, but I like staged my office to try to look good on video so that you would know I'm a music arranger. I'm in my music office. This is the kind of work I do. John, I like where you're staged right now, where you are in your home, and it gives the right sense. But that's another important skill. There's an expert on that on the LCL team too. So we're talking about lclmentors.com. Hope people will go check that out. John, what else would you want to say to people to encourage them to think about getting a mentor?
Yeah, you mentioned earlier about that some people already have mentors, that it may be someone who's in their school assignment. And I know a lot of young band directors, particularly those that are coming right out of their undergraduates, and maybe you just got your first job, or you're still in the process of looking for your first job. And certainly one of your strongest mentors, I'm certain, is going to be your music education professor and your band director that you had in college. And in a lot of cases, people have had great relationships with their high school band directors too. Maybe that was the influence, like mine was, to go and do this particular career. And I think that's great. Those are people that certainly know your song and know the parts of the song or parts of the symphony that were written during the years they got to know you. And so I think one of the things that we can provide for you is a certain amount of immediacy. Many times, we are collating and putting together this team of experts in essentially everything related to band and marching arts and all those things, and just having someone that can provide that, and also the resources. I actually met with one of my great mentees this morning, and we were talking about how she wants to have a better sense of how to teach marching band fundamentals. And so right after we got off of that, I uploaded a bunch of documents and a bunch of things, just stuff that I put together, things that you certainly could spend the hours and hours and the weeks to put it together, or working with a mentor, you can just have that stuff provided to you. And that way, I like to think of it this way, the difference between an experienced band director and someone who's just starting off, really, in many cases, it's just about the number of tricks you have in your bag, and for me, I think mentorship is trying to fill your bag up faster than you would if you're trying to do it on your own. And if that's something that's important to you, and you want to spend your time not reinventing, several wheels that have been created, like a marching fundamentals handbook, or an approach to how to run a marching band rehearsal, or how to do leadership training, that's something that we can certainly help you out. And so it is absolutely an investment of resources that you will get back tenfold in terms of the time saved for you to do the things that only you can do. And that's really what we all want as band directors, is just to be able to have our time devoted to the things that only we can do, and then delegate stuff out for that. And so, that's how we want to serve. We want to be there as a sounding board for you, but we also want to provide resources, figure out what your needs are, and then that drives the action for us to be able to meet those needs for you.
Yeah, I love it. It's a great thing. I mean, like I said, our missions really, as you said, our missions really do line up very much. I mean, there are all kinds of resources that I've tried to compile here at Marching Arts Education and the Marching Roundtable that we hope people take advantage of. Mm-hmm. And I think that there is a lot of stuff that's available, but there is something about having somebody that you can have a phone conversation with that I think makes this mentoring piece special. Because I mean, if you need help with certain things, I can point you to a webinar or a resource that I have available, or that other people have. But sometimes you just need to have that ongoing conversation. Like I said, I have a friend I can call when I'm in a certain situation I need help with. The same here. You need that person that you can have that relationship with. Hopefully you can build that over time with one of the Leaders Creating Leaders team members. So everybody, consider going to lclmentors.com. Just look at it. Just check out the page. I'm helping to put this out there into the world at Marching Arts Education. John, I appreciate you having this conversation with me. What would you say in closing to anybody that's watching, thinking about a mentor?
Sure. I would just say, we band directors are a confident lot, aren't we? And we think about all the things we do, and we always want to strive to be great. And that's why I think that the world would be better if it was run by band directors and populated by band kids, right? And so, as that, we also feel a sense of fear, I think, sometimes, about asking for help, or sometimes we don't even know that we need help. And I want to just say to everybody that we are here to just give you that friendly, helpful advice when you need it. And it can be anything from pedagogical things to, hey, I'm thinking about changing careers, or I'm not sure about this relationship I have with this parent. I mean, those are the kind of things that we can help you with. And frankly, you're just not going to get that in any other kind of situation. You can certainly read some books, but that's going to be one person's perspective, not knowing anything about you. But if we can get to know you and help you navigate, especially in your first few years, and especially in your middle years, and you're like, hey, I'm great at this, but I really want to get better at these particular things. We can be very shotgun, or we can be very surgical in how we approach things with you. But it's all about personalization. It's all about serving you. And it's all about helping you be the best version of yourself, so that your programs and your students become the best versions of themselves. So we're looking forward to it. We hope to see you engaging with us, and anything we can do to help you out is what we want to do.
Yeah, I love it. There's so much that you have to know when you're a band director or any sort of instructor or leading any sort of program. And so, get that advice, build that relationship, and then you have that person that you can call. You have that person that can give you advice over time. I think it's going to be great. Or like we said, if you have a one special need and you're not sure how to handle something, there's somebody on the team at Leaders Creating Leaders that can do that. So LCL Mentors, everybody, go to lclmentors.com. It'll bring you to a page at Marching Arts Education where you can find out more about it. John, thanks for talking to me today. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, everybody have a wonderful day. Thanks so much for watching.